I'm Nico Supremo, repping Pilsen in the West Side, Chicago, we here, and you're rocking with Pursue Dopeness.
Here to rap and get to know everybody here and just introduce myself. I've been doing music for going on 3 years, so I guess opportunities like this are just, I'm excited to be a part of this type of stuff. What's crazy is actually that song is like 2 years old, and it actually was on my SoundCloud for a while, and my videographer's birthday came up, and we were like, let's just shoot a video, because like the song is just like, it's a lot more up, like, and actually I wrote it, but I just turned 21, and it was like my first time going out to like the clubs and stuff, so it was just kind of like how I felt like first time going out, like being able to like legally drink. Just like, it felt like a whole different like world where I was used to like us going to like parks in high school, just like finding stupid ways to just like get drunk, so it was just cool to like, I don't know, like for me music sometimes I'm able to like take my life and like encapsulate it into a song, so it was just during that time that was kind of what was going on. But then yeah, we didn't make that video till like just recently, and it was like, the song's old technically, but it's just a lot of the stuff that it's said in it, it's like heard it now. But yeah, that song just, for me, like with my music, I feel like I pride myself on being like versatile and be able to just like the fast tempo song, a slower one. Like more recently, I want to get into like R&B, like just being able to be versatile and try different stuff. So I think that's just another. For me, I try to use it as just like another way to show like versatility. That was another one that when we dropped it, those songs were like old ones that I just had in the vault that I didn't really know like what to do with. They were just sitting there. I made them going to the studio, F&F studio, which Lupe runs. And a friend of mine that I went to college with, a guy that he was basically like getting mentored by, kind of told us about it. So we went over there, and it was produced by the same guy that got me there. We recorded them during that time, and they were kind of just, like I said, they just sat in my computer. And then when the quarantine hit, I kind of had like a moment of like, I got anxious, because for me it was like, we had a lot of stuff lined up for shows and stuff. So it was kind of a point, I feel like everybody had this, you're like, what do I do? Like there's no shows, you can't really go outside. Like as an artist, you're like, what do I, because for me I wanted to use this 2020 summer as a time to like grow on. It ended up being that way, but like in a different way. So like I said, we had this music sitting around, and like me talking to my manager, my videographer, and some of my other homies, we ended up coming up with just like, let's just make a little project, and we ended up calling it like the Quarantine EP to see what was going on. And then my friend made a little cover art with like a little germ, and it was just something, for me it was like, instead of just like sitting here and not doing nothing, I was like, let me just take some of this music I have, drop it, like I would like work on some other stuff. It just, for me, I during this time I've tried to just be like consistent in dropping stuff, because I have a lot of stuff just like sitting in the vault that I was like, let me just see what I can do with it. And we ended up, coming with some kind of creative, something different that we were able to use. And it ended up working out well. Just having that stuff laying around, and then we were able to use it for something like convenient for us. Helpful's helped me like slow down, like kind of slow down and think about my life and like where I'm at, like where I've been, and where like I want to be. So I think for me, like, other than it being kind of a crazy time with just everything else going on, for me personally, it's been good for me to just like slow down, like think about like what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm closing on like 3 years doing music, so I feel like at this point, like, because I dropped out of college after my freshman year to go into music, so I kind of felt like these last 3 years have been like sophomore, junior year, senior year. So I felt like at this point, a lot of the kids my age graduated. So for me, I was kind of like, all right, if this is where I would have graduated, kind of like with the music, I'm like, now is the time where I feel like I start making these moves that like I've been putting in the time for, and now it's just been interesting to kind of like sit here with these thoughts, and now like as opportunities come, and I'm working on my first mixtape, hopefully dropping like the middle of November. Like I'm starting to feel like a lot of this stuff is moving in the right direction, and I've been able to take that time during this quarantine just to like focus in on like what I want with the music and make sure like I'm taking those steps in the right direction. So I actually went to high school with Isaiah. He was a junior when I was a freshman. He started rapping in high school. I didn't start, like I said, when I got out of school. I was kind of like around hip hop music, and I always listened to it, but I never like actually tried making it or writing it. So he'd been doing it for a while, and like I said, I started doing music. I was kind of already having that relationship from knowing each other, and then as I started getting my feet wet in the music scene, and I think for me, it's kind of been like, I don't necessarily look at it as like I'm trying to prove myself to other people, but it's nice when you see your peers, kind of see like, you start to see that people, that you gain people's respect just by putting in the time, putting in the work. So I feel like me and him have been able to like grow that, as well as us having that previous relationship. It's made like the music way easier because like, you know, I feel like a lot of things I've learned with just like, whether it's like videographers, producers, engineers, like personal relationships are like so important, are so much like more than just like, it's one thing, you know the guy, you might record with him, whatever, like, but he's got like 15 other people who he records with, like you're just another body.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like when you're able to make those personal relationships, like people are more inclined to maybe put that extra hour in to do your thing a little bit better, or to really like focus in on what you're doing and be like, let me help this guy out because, you know, we're friends actually, instead of just being like some guy you see me every once in a while, of course. So like with me and Isaiah, it's been good to just have like that relationship outside of the music, which helps, I feel like, us put together like good songs. Plus, for me, I've just, those songs, to be honest, like the first song we did, which was Hoodie, I feel like I needed like, because at the beginning of it, it's just me kind of more like singing and stuff like that, so I kind of felt like to balance it out, I need somebody that could rap, good bars, and Isaiah, that's his specialty, he's able to rap, so it was a good balance between the two. So I feel like we just collaborate really well, and like I said, like just that personal relationship kind of puts it in that next level. Just a lesson I learned in that. Through the internet, man, it's crazy how like the internet really like connects so many different people, and he just found me through one of the videos, one of my early videos I posted, showed me love, and then when we started talking, going back and forth, around that time that he found me, I was gonna drop a little EP called On My Mind, and a song in there was the Hoodie song with Isaiah. And right around that time, he started dropping like these different, it was like the hoodies were just said Tigers Across, and just kind of like both of our heads kind of clicking. We're like, why don't we do a little like promo video? I mean, you have a song called Hoodies. I have the hoodies on the drop. And then when we first did that collab, like he sold out on the hoodies. It got me like all these different people that like I said, like him being from the east side and me, I had no connection at all to the east side. It was a whole side of the city that before that I had no chance of getting into it. So having him come in and just give me like this whole family, I think it showed me also like opportunities could be like mutually beneficial. Like it was beneficial. He sold out on his clothes, got paid out for it, and then it did all this like publicity for me. So for me going forward, I think it's just like doing opportunities that are mutually beneficial. Plus at this point, me and Dave, like that's like my big brother. Like he's like a mentor to me. Like I look at Dave a lot to just help me out in everything I'm doing, as like a person that I trust, that is, because I feel like he has everything that like he needs. There's nothing that me right now as an artist can do for him. A lot of the stuff he's done for me has just been like he genuinely like messes with the music and messes with me as a person. So like knowing that, it's been like 10 times even like better just for me to like work with him, know like he genuinely wants to see me be successful. And like I said, like I have this on my, like I got it on my stomach like a couple weeks ago because I felt like genuinely like without Dave, like I wouldn't be at the point I'm at right now, which is like I feel like I've been able to do a lot of like bigger things, or like a year ago, places that I didn't think I would be, like I'm at now, just because of that relationship that was able to help me get all these opportunities. Like my videographer now that shot all the videos over like the last like year or so, and shot by the same guy that I met through Dave at like the show. That when I went to that show, his cousin threw it, and I got it through Dave. So all these opportunities I've gotten through Dave, and like we're working on hopefully some clothes, like some merchandise between us. Like I said, I'm dropping my mixtape. It's called Ego Dev in November. We're hopefully gonna have some merchandise with him on that. He's been huge, just like helping me kind of just like figure out how I'm gonna go about dropping stuff. Like he's just been like a really great person to just have involved in what I'm doing. So I just appreciate him so much. I tell him that all the time. Like, I appreciate him so much. Just like all the opportunities he's brought me and all the help he's done. So yeah, just I'm Cycles for life. That's what I tell him. Yeah. For real, Cycles for life. So I got a song dropping a couple weeks in October called Gone, and it's one last single before I drop my tape called Ego Death, sometime in the middle of November. So all that stuff's coming soon. So I got shit coming on the way, and it's my first mixtape. So I'm very excited to put like a real body of work that I'm like proud of, and it's I've been working on it for a year, so it's like all this stuff that's happened throughout this year is just encapsulated in like a time of my life. So it's like really crazy for me to like see it kind of come to life.